My name is Charles Tarbutton. I'm the president of BH Transfer Company in Sandersville, Georgia. My business runs on tight margins, so much like every other trucking company. Fortunately, we have been profitable the last several years. So many other carriers have not, but it has definitely been a tough 2.5 to 3 years. We've seen a significant increase in our insurance premiums, and at the same time, we've had to reduce our limits. And to give you for instance, 5 years ago we carried $30 million in limits, and today we're paying more for $10 million than we'd paid for 5 years ago. We've experienced a high single-digit compounded annual growth rate in premiums over the last 4 to 5 years. We're a far safer company today than we were 5 years ago. We've instituted quite a number of safety initiatives, both in terms of our company policy and practices, as well as technology in our tractors. Even though we're a much safer company and our loss runs reflect that, our insurance costs continue to skyrocket, primarily because of the rest of the market. When we look at deploying capital, whether it is between our trucking company or some other type of investment, we have to think about what that return risk profile will look like. And honestly, with the very tight margins in the trucking industry of late and the high risk that's associated with this business, we find it difficult to continue to invest in trucking. The alternatives oftentimes are better, but we've been in this business for 54 years. We have seen difficult times come and go, and we're committed to staying in this business. But it gets harder and harder, and it becomes often a trade-off between this year's P&L and the quality of the balance sheet over time. As you know, Georgia has been named as a judicial hellhole, and it's well earned. Georgia's civil justice system has been out of balance for years. Prior to 2025, our last significant tort reform was in, I think, 2005 or 6, and there really has been an erosion of those improvements over those years through a very plaintiff-friendly courts. But 2025, we were able to pass significant civil justice reform in Georgia, and while we haven't seen it yet in truck markets, I am aware of other industries that have seen significant decreases in their recent renewals since SB 68 and 69 were passed. Trucking naturally is an easy target. There are lots of industries that have long records of being targeted by the trial bar, none probably as great as the trucking industry. One, we're easy to sue, and every billboard along the road is a plaintiff's lawyer advertising his services when you're in a truck wreck. Well, that obviously places it seeds in the mind of the motoring public that there's an opportunity. If I'm in a minor collision with a truck, all I have to do is call a lawyer and a settlement is forthcoming. And so there's an entire industry built up around suing trucking companies, and the return is extraordinary for the plaintiff's lawyers who are involved in this.